So there we have it. Last preseason game of the summer. I was going to say of the season, but it's of the summer. Final score at Old Trafford here behind me. Man United 1, Fiorentina 1. Man United 1, I think, is the Snapdragon Trophy, I think. I'm not too sure. We went to penalties as well. I didn't think we'd have penalties, but we went to penalties, won it 5-4. Kobbie Mainoo with the winning penalty, but, you know, that's besides the point. It did feel like a weird game today, I'm not going to lie. It felt like a testimonial at certain points. I thought the atmosphere was pretty flat-ish. A lot of kids out here today, families came to watch the game, etc., etc. Met loads of them before the game, loads of them after the game. A lot of them came with their kids. So it was that type of settings. But I do want to point out, I would say, 2 or 3 positives. The first one, I would say, Matheus Cunha, man. I'm a huge, huge fan of Matheus Cunha and his ability to just pick up the ball deep into midfield and just drive forward and, you know, holding people off. It's a very underrated skill in football nowadays. A lot of people, you know, put emphasis on goals, obviously assists, and a lot of people put emphasis on running and physicality and all of that. But not many people put the emphasis on being able to carry the ball for long distances and being able to carry it whilst holding people off. It's a very, very underrated skill. So that's something that I really rate with Matheus Cunha. He's got that bit of grit about him, you know, that South American grit, that South American, you know, grinta, like they like to call it in South America. So that's something I rate very, very highly. You know, making runs as well. There's a couple of times where I've seen him make runs. He didn't get the ball, so he'd kind of moan a little bit, but not too much. But he would quickly get himself into position again to try and make a run again. So that's something I really, really rate. We need players that are going to be hungry. I thought the front four, I would say, in the first half. So that was Amad Diallo, Mbeumo, Cunha, and Mason Mount, and sometimes Bruno involved in there as well. I like the little intricate passing that I saw. I like the little combinations that I was seeing between all of those attacking players. I do think that we need to be a bit more clinical going forward. And obviously with the likes of Sesko coming in now at the club, it's going to have to work. You know, we've got no choice. We've got Arsenal next week, you know, so it's going to have to work. Another positive, I would say, is the defence. And when I talk about the defence, I'm going to say Heaven, De Ligt, and Euro. I think those 3 should be our starting. Well, sometimes you can throw in Mazraoui in there as well, but it's going to be a tough ask, you know, for Amorim to choose who's going to be in that back 3. But I would say some of them look really, really solid, and some of them have looked really solid throughout pre-season. So again, headache for Amorim, lots of choices, not many injuries, which is always good. But, you know, I would say those were the two positives. I would say we need to be a bit more clinical. Now, onto the main issue. Midfield, man. Midfield. That needs to be addressed ASAP. Obviously, the rumours and the reports are going out on social media. There's talks of Baleba. There's talks of if we can't get Baleba, apparently we're going to go and talk to Crystal Palace about Adam Wharton. I don't know who it's going to be, but we need to address it quickly. When it comes to those 2, my choice would go towards Baleba. I think he could be a cornerstone in that midfield, and I think he could be a very important piece of that midfield. His ability to sweep, his ability to carry the ball, again, a ball carrier for long distances, and it's very hard to stop him. You'd have to foul him to stop him, or to bring him down. So I would go all out for Baleba. You know, there's talks of 100 million. If I'm honest, listen, I've seen worse players or players that are not as good as Baleba go for more. But the price is understandable. Declan Rice went for 105. Caicedo went for 10 or 15. So, yes, I think Brighton might quote us 100 million. But I think if Baleba goes to the board, the Brighton board, and he talks to them, and he tells them respectfully in a respectful manner, listen, I would like to go. Could you facilitate the move? I think it could happen. I think it can really, really happen. So that midfield needs to be addressed because, I'm sorry, Bruno, Ugarte, Casemiro, Mainoo I do rate, but he needs someone next to him to help him in that midfield. Apart from that, that midfield. And this was Fiorentina today. Now imagine if we play the likes of Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Chelsea, some of these midfielders in the Premier League, not just the ones that I named, they're going to suffocate you. So you need to not just be good on the ball, but also off the ball. You need to be able to do the necessary work to not get bullied. Because right now, I think we're getting bullied way too easily, in my opinion. So, yeah, the new players have been presented. Obviously, the new players that we already knew were at the club and played pre-season games in Bumo and Cunha got presented, and Benjamin Sesko got presented as well, got a warm welcome from the fans. Guess what, mate? You're going to have to get your boots dirty, get your gear on, get into training, and get us ready for next week against Arsenal because, yeah, we're going to need it. We're going to need a striker that's going to be ready. You know, and I talked to a few fans. Thank you. And I've seen a couple of fans, spoke to a couple of fans before the game, and, you know, some of them were saying 15 goals, some were saying 20 goals. I don't think I'm going to put that type of pressure on him. I think the first 5 games will tell me probably how many he's going to get this season, if not the first 6, 7. Adaptation time, listen, I don't know, man. Personally, I would like to see him hit the ground running because that's the perfect way for a striker to be bedded in and to, boom, straight away get on the score sheet. But let's just wait and see, man. Let's wait and see. I think you guys know my views on this. I would have preferred Watkins, in my opinion. I think he's the more experienced one when it comes to the Premier League. However, he's here now, as in Sesko. So let's get behind him and let's see what he does. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, the transfer window, there's still a few days to go. What date are we today? We are the 9th of August, so we got until the 1st of September to try and get some stuff done. There's rumours out there that Gianluigi Donnarumma is available for 26 million with 1 year left on his contract, and with PSG, I don't know if they've announced it officially yet, but, you know, Fabrizio gave it the here we go. They've got Lucas Chevalier from Lille. So that means clearly he's going to be playing. And with Donnarumma apparently not agreeing to the new terms of the new contract being proposed to him, he could be on the verge of leaving. So I'm just saying, United, just go in there and ask, innit? Just ask. The same way you went to Brighton and asked about Baleba, just go and ask. You lose nothing. Just go and ask. But I would believe that that's that, you know. End of pre-season, you know, it was live. I had some fun out there in Sweden to be there for the first pre-season game. I wasn't able to go to the US, but we're here, man. We're here. Shout out to everyone tuning in and showing love and support for all the content that's dropped during the summer. Next week, the madness starts all over again. Loads of content coming on this channel. You guys know how I do, man. It's not just the Premier League, but also La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A, Liga, all of that good stuff. So lots of football to be watched and lots of content to be made. So shout out to everyone tuning in and showing love and support. It's road to 20K, closing in on 18. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'm out, people. Peace.